conscious and more positive for our daughters and sons, I would work with her. And I think we could do a whole lot together too. But she would have to turn that corner because I couldn't endorse the current message that she.
Listen, if anybody could do it, you could do it. Like, again, appreciate you for pulling
setting up.
Again, let them know where they can follow you at.
Setting up. We got my oh shit, a little brainstorming platform coming soon. Really, I'm into creating an all-encompassing platform. I was gonna cover different kind of content. So, kind of gonna have a program. It's like a behind-the-scenes brainstorming structure on my. Like I said, I kind of ceased from doing it because I have some data leak issues going on. But yeah. What's the point of living in fear? You're supposed to be a man and a boss, you know what I mean? How I look at this shit. So, I'm out with some kind of program I was going to serve as a display and kind of show me formulating all of my ideas, I guess you could say. So, gonna be real freestyle content. And we'll just start from here, you know. That's something I like to tell people. You know, people who are perfectionists such as myself. You gotta start somewhere, and it's better sometimes. You know, sometimes it's always better to write shit down and do things that way. But sometimes, you know, it's better to just start, you know, and see things visually and create some kind of proof of concept, you know, for the idea itself. So that's what we about doing right now. So yeah, like I said, we want to make the idea as real to us as possible. See all the possible hurdles and other things that we may run into. But yeah, it's a structure to basically create the staple template for all of my shows, you know. So kind of talking head platform. I'm gonna be speaking on a lot of different shit. Featuring different content. So yeah, this is started at right now. And it's gonna be true, it's gonna be sincere, it's gonna be authentic, all of that shit. So you can see me here trying to get the framing right, and not too high. Yeah, baby. Perfect, damn near, huh? Yeah. So it'll be featuring different content, you know. I'll speak more on it. The more we get into this. Right now, we're just gonna get ready and just shoot from the hip and do everything is gonna help us with mic positioning, just overall structure and overall production around everything. That's mainly what it's for, is staging and getting an idea and a sample and a prototype of, you know, the format that I'm going to use. So, yeah.
TikTok and
Fair use.
Instagram and Twitter.
It's going to be me
At
watching
Dr.
different
Umar
shit,
Johnson.
you know, doing different shit.
Facebook, Dr. Umar Ifatunde.
Scouting and
TikTok, Prince of
collecting my
Pan-Africanism
different
with a K.
topics.
What else is
And
out there? I
content.
think that's it, right? Facebook.
Your YouTube, right?
I don't have a YouTube.
Okay, you don't have YouTube?
All those are fake pages.
Those are, oh, wow.
I do not have
Umar,
YouTube.
before you go to, you gotta hit us with the I beg your pardon. You gotta hear it. Come on. You gotta hear it.
I beg your pardon.
Appreciate you, man. Yo, and if y'all enjoyed the conversation, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. If
That's
you're not
another
subscribed,
thing we're gonna get
join the
into
membership,
too, man,
It's a lot-
is how they say, like, getting into the algorithm, and it goes into just ascertaining and studying the value and effect factor of navigating this digital sphere. So yeah, target marketing, I guess you could use from that sense, but basically taking advantage of the available market for your content. So
behind the scenes,
Great
might
episode.
get, you know what I mean? It's a great episode.
just
Half the merch
just
is on
assessing
www.co.
all of this
Appreciate you.
digital
Yeah,
world, all
sure.
these things
No,
going
we got
into
you.
it.
We got you one.
Yeah, we got you one, definitely
Yeah,
sure, like, you know what I mean? And we gonna have to send some to the school, like, you know, we do all of that, you know?
Or no doubt, no.
Niggas keep trying to include themselves with the school, and yeah, sure. He gonna be down though, cause they
Who do you think
brothers.
cheat
They
more,
brothers.
men or women? Men stupid. If men knew how much women cheat, they'll stop cheating. She did some things and she'll never do these. What? Oh, man! Oh, you ain't know that?
Nigga Shannon doing the most.
Just was over there listening to that replay of the Nipsey shit. I ain't
But
gonna
we
lie,
gotta
on
get the
YouTube, I just scroll back and
exposure,
That shit is
the
crazy.
shading, per se, right?
Did you guys
The
hear what
look,
just got dropped on us? Like, there was a lot of content that just got dropped on.
as well as being willing to record internally and view how that looks, and you know, this will be like my stage rehearsal, like my staging, my rehearsal for all my shows. Y'all will see as it turns out and how they'll come together. It's like being in my trailer before my show.
I'm talking about nasty.
I'm really gonna start showing niggas the type of character I'm gonna be, I can be, am going to be in, and what it kind of take to sometimes get, you know, affect people in a ways that, you know, matters and manifest, like what's necessary. You know what I'm saying? Something that's gonna be meaningful, I guess you could say.
That shit is crazy. He called him 30 minutes, and then he calls him, he answers the phone, and he's like, oh shit, it's Nip.
Oh yeah, we gotta review that shit. That shit was crazy.
And he got the receipts.
That was crazy as hell.
Did you hear that shit, dude?
Yeah, I heard that. That shit.
Now I need to tune into that little show he got coming up. Whatever, I mean, Beauty and the Beast. Shout out to Beast.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
I mean, I gotta tune in because I need to see the receipts. Not like, don't get me wrong. I believe that they showed whack already. I believe that they showed whack already, but I need to see this for myself. I want to see, like, that's the last call. Really.
Hold on, yeah, I gotta make a call around that. Hold on. My shit ain't even calling my nigga right now. nigga. He know I'm gonna be long-winded, so he probably ain't trying to hear that shit tonight. But yeah, that's some crazy shit right there.
We can say the last call, the last video of Nip before he passed away. You get what I'm saying?
That's gonna shake some shit up.
That's the last, like 30 minutes before he passed away, knowing, boom, that shit is gonna shake the fucking internet when that shit drop. When that, what? Yo.
Hey, but B.
Yo, Guap, this shit.
Hey, Nipsey was supposed to have been his boy. Why he didn't tell Nipsey what happened?
Yo, I don't even know, man. I'm gonna keep it real. This shit is crazy, bro. This shit that I seen, straight up crazy. Damn near to the point it's damn near nonsensical, man. It's crazy. Excuse all this, but we gotta get this part back set up right, cause
I that's another thing. We got a lot of questions about that shit too. Like, why wasn't? I mean, at that time, you gotta say like at that time.
I would have called a nigga and been like, man, I got a call that you was dead.
Yeah.
Period.
Facts.
If that's supposed to be your man, you ain't lying.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
a fact.
Yep.
Right. So you can move around. You know.
we don't know them
You
politics
could have been
though.
like, I got a call. You good, homie? I just got a call. They said you was like, I get what you good. You good, like.
Just
Yeah.
called me and said that you was dead, nigga.
Yeah, yo.
Period.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because that's your man. That should bug you the fuck out. Like, what?
That's what you say, man. But in them gang and them organizations, bro.
And I hate to say it, I'm gonna have to be the one to say it. This is that street shit. When you under a man, or
Yeah. See, he gonna get into it. Even though it's different layers into this shit. I wanna attack this shit in a whole different way, my damn self. You know, from a truth standpoint. But let's get this on the YouTube, matter of fact. He born brick, baby. Oh yeah, we're gonna watch all this shit.
that's another thing.
We gotta
got a
figure
lot
out
of
what's
questions
going on
about that
with
shit
my.
too. Like, why wasn't? I mean, at that time, you gotta say like at that time.
Shit,
Called a
though,
nigga and
my,
been like, man, I got a call that you was dead.
Yeah.
Period.
Facts.
If that's supposed to be your man, you ain't lying.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
a fact.
Right.
Yep.
So you can move around.
Or you could have been like, I got a call. You good, homie? I just got a call. They said you was good. Like, I get what you. You good? You good? Like,
Just
yeah.
called me and said that you was.
yo.
Clubhouse TV.
What that gotta do with me?
And I hate to say it, I'm gonna have to be the one to say it.
What you mean? What that gotta do with you?
When you under a man, or
It gotta stick with
and
me.
I get that.
Right,
shit.
beast.
You come on, man. Let's put it out there as some real street shit, man.
Yeah.
You work for this man. You use this man. This man just said he was that dude for this man. He was that dude for this man, regardless of the fact that this shit trumps other shit. You know what I mean? Shit trumps other shit.
Yeah.
And that's why he didn't say it at the time, because he didn't want to throw it on this man, because he worked and he would have knew it. Like, there's a lot of politics involved in that. Like,
What you got going on?
God damn. But I get what you're saying, Guap. Don't think that I get what you're saying 100%. But then you got to look at the factor of the street shit. The motherfucker, you are that man's motherfucking right hand. Like he said, he was his go-to. And for him to tell you this, and you just want to verify some shit, you ain't gonna. You thinking in your head like, man, let me just verify. Let me call the homie see if he good. Boom, what's up, good? Okay, cool. Like nothing, like just to verify, just to make sure shit was straight. And he did that, so he was like, okay, say less. He's good. I'm not. Fuck, I'm.
So
You know what I mean?
you not gonna alarm your homie?
I mean, yo.
Let's just keep it real, bro.
I am, because
yo.
you don't know if it's
Like if somebody calls you and says, "King
You
Guap,"
don't know if it's something going on in the back end. They can send
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm saying what you say. I'm sorry, I was doing something.
I said I'm trying to think of something.
Want me to just hit you later?
No, you good.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. No, I want to go to work tomorrow. Deal with these bitch ass people. Wow. A day in the life of me.
Yo, you can't wait to go to work. I mean, you don't want to go to work. I can't wait to go to work.
Yeah. You got games tomorrow?
Nah, Tuesday.
Like those beginning of the week, because I'm waiting for some fucking emails from the shit I applied and stuff like that, so that's the only good thing.
Yeah. You been alright?
Mm-hmm. You?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you sure?
Yes.
I posted my PC setup on the gram.
You said what?
I start posting my PC setup on the gram.
What that mean?
Interest.
Huh?
So what you mean? For my followers? I don't got no followers. If you was wondering.
I mean, you is probably gonna have to start doing something like that.
That's one thing on Instagram, but I don't think I'll ever start posting on Instagram like that to keep my shit private. But maybe on Pinterest. I'll post that shit on Pinterest.
You just be doing shit.
Nah, not really. I ain't been doing shit at all, actually.
Well, you just be talking about doing shit. That's even worse.
Nips. What you on there?
Oh, you know I got a show coming soon.
In the house soon?
Everything under development.
Oh, the one with mail and shit?
No.
Mail?
Yo, how come every time I say that, you start saying, oh yeah, with such and such, with another person? Like, you just start saying some shit.
Were you on the stream?
Just in general, bro. You don't notice you do that every single time?
Yeah, because you told me about it last time.
So if it was the one with Mill, then wouldn't I have said the one with Mill?
Shit, I don't know. I don't know how many shits you got coming soon. I just want to make sure I got the right shit.
You don't, though. That's the crazy thing. That's what I'm saying. So even if I'm on a stream or not on a stream, it don't matter because it's still the same thing. Like, if I say I'm doing something, why it gotta be with somebody else?
You don't. I'm just asking the one you talking about.
I know, but you always name dropping.
Mm,
You don't think that's weird?
no.
That's my point. You know it's weird, but you just like doing whatever, everything you do, you just gonna justify it. That's why you ain't never gonna be in tune with nothing I got going until I already got it going. Which is why everything is good between us now, because I could just be real with you 100%. If you don't fuck with what I'm saying or I'm doing, it's okay, because I literally can just go on without you.
For real?
So now I could just treat you based on how you act. Like, let's say, like, what's funny about that?
I didn't laugh. I just literally moved.
Oh, thought you laughed. But let's just say I don't fuck with something you on or you doing, or I feel like you on some dumb shit. I literally can just be like, you know what? That's a dumbass bitch. I need to stop talking to her stupid ass, you know?
No, yeah.
Like with my homeboys, I literally could be like, this nigga, I'm like, man, I gotta stop fucking with this nigga. His mindset limited. So I'm saying it's like same thing with you. Like, if I'm not feeling something you saying or doing, it's like to the point now where I could be like, you know what? This bitch stupid, like, she just trolling, so I just need to get off the phone with her, you know what I'm saying? But I could do it in a way to where, how I want to say, I could do it in a way to where, like, I'm able to do it now. Or I got my own money shit going now. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to do it completely because whereas like before, it's like a marriage or like a relationship damn near where you like, damn, this person pissing me off, but I gotta get along with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And don't get me wrong, to a certain degree, I still gotta get along with you, but I think everything to the point, like, let's just say everything went all the way left, or at least I'm prepared for it now. Like, I'm prepared to let shit go all the way left if I wanted to. You know what I mean? So it's like, now it's to the point where, like, let's say I feel like you disrespecting me, I could deal with that shit accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Correctly.
Right.
Whereas before, I feel like you was disrespecting me. I'm like, yeah, but, you know, I'm still connected to this bitch, so let me just put up with it. You know what I mean? So I feel like even now, like we're gonna be able to have better dialogue. I'm gonna be able to control myself and excuse me, be more of myself now. Cause kind of before, I kind of just would go along with everything. Cause I'm just like I'm compromising, you know. You know. Whereas now, I'm really just calling you, like, talk to you, see how you doing, just for company, you know? Or, you know, in case I want to talk about something that maybe only pertain to me and you, you know? But it's not gonna be, it's different now. Like, it's to the point, like, it's gonna be to the point where it's before, I'm like, we need to work this out because, you know, we doing this together, that together. Whereas, like, now, I'm like, we need to work it out for us to be cool, but if it don't work out, we could still be cool. I'm just gonna, you know, start responding accordingly. You know what I mean? Like, cause you know when you dealing with somebody, it's like they maintaining their emotional state and all that stuff. That's important. But I mean, I used to feel the need to like make sure you understood where I was coming from. But I'm like, we connected. We going into something together. You know what I mean? Whereas like now, I'm doing you kind of like how I'm doing my brother. Like, yeah, we cool, but if you wanna be a dumbass, you wanna fuck up, that's on you. You know. And I'm gonna treat you according to how you act. Like, I think that's like you is the final. Like the shit with you is the final straw to help me learn. Like I could only do so much for people, you know. Because ultimately, like character, that's something you born with. You know what I mean? Because you can have two motherfuckers born in the same house, grow up the same way. Some motherfucker is like Cain and Abel, you know? One motherfucker gonna have ethics, the other one gonna have different ethics. You know what I'm saying? Alright, whatever.
Now you quiet about this shit, and then
No,
now
I said I
this shit
do.
actually happens. Now you gotta live with this shit. Like, damn, man, somebody did call me, man.
There you go, lady killer.
And I
So-
get killer. I get you. I
Yeah, I
promise
would
you.
have told the homie,
Like-
nigga, that would have alerted him. Like, oh, you know what? If somebody called him and say that, man, I
You ain't
gotta
got
watch
no
my back.
garlics.
And mind you, I'm telling you, I understand what you're saying, but you got to understand the other back end on that too. Is this man's right hand too? Just because that's his homeboy,
There's only one way
That's
to
his-
understand that, homie.
Yeah, listen, I done followed this whack shit down to a whole nother wormhole.
What happened?
This motherfucker, man, he done went on no jumper. Brought this nigga named Loose Cannon from from 60s, allegedly. Bro, no. This nigga Loose Cannon came on there, and Wack got this nigga to say on No Jumper. So I don't know if you understand the deal with No Jumper, but
What's your man?
I don't think you understand the deal with it. But
What do you mean? What's the deal? Like, give me the gist of it. What do you mean?
that's what I'm saying. You don't understand nothing about it.
In it where like they expose people?
No, No Jumper is an interview platform.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, what do you mean?
What do you mean I don't get the deal of it? I know it's an interview platform.
So what do you mean is that?
By Adam, right?
Yeah, but you understand, like, it's supposed to be where artists go to get, like, their publicity up, like underground artists.
That shit seemed more like a fucking...
That's what it did. That's
some
what.
exposing shit.
That's what it been exposed as being. You know what I'm saying? And so, I'm trying to figure out how to explain what I'm trying to say. So, you got this nigga Adam. Adam 22 character. Supposed to have this No Jumper platform, right? Where allegedly he's supposed to be interviewing these underground artists. You know, it got big. He would take all these SoundCloud rappers and interview them. It was a place where you could, you know what I mean, get a lot of these internet rappers and then they come there, you know? So then it got built up to be like a LA platform where it's still kind of the underground internet independent scene, you know what I'm saying? Still mainstream people come on there, but it's like an independent appeal, you know what I'm saying? For the internet crowd. So people with a digital presence, they come there and tap in, you know, with, you know, because mainly people who watch No Jumper it's just some internet shit. You know what I mean? So then he end up turning into like No Jumper News and all this other stuff where he start having different podcasts on there along with the interviews. So he had a bunch of like Crip niggas, gang members, you know what I'm saying? Niggas from LA, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like local niggas that he met while he was living in LA. And they was hosting a show with him, you know? So whatever, something happens to where, you know, and you remember like he was, you know, all his Crip homies and shit like that, and they end up getting into it over Adam. Like pretty much he want to run the show a certain way, like he want to be like Joe Rogan. It's kind of like what he was saying, like to where like, yeah, you know, he was cool with the, you know, you know, he a white boy, so he cool with having the LA niggas on there for the street cred, getting tapped into the LA culture, you know. So his shit became like super locked in locally in LA in the streets, you know. So it's like he getting that stamp. But then it's like ultimately, you know, he a white boy and he like the thing about being a white boy is like, yeah, I'm into rap music, but I'm also into like popular culture, you know what I'm saying? Like anything interesting, you know? And so anything digital. So he wanted his platform to be more like inclusive and like broad, like different topics, more diverse, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, pretty much on that indie shit, you know? Like an indie Joe Rogan, to where he's taking all these interesting things that most people, you know, he wanted to have a platform where he's having all different kind of audiences tap into things that he's interested in. And so he's like, this is all like the narrative, right? So he's trying to train these fucking gang niggas into being like podcasters, right? He's like, yo, you gotta work on this, you know, like the skill of podcasting. And they just like, shit, we just want to get drunk on here and turn up, you know?
Just talk about whatever.
Right. You know, just some nigga shit. And he like, yeah. And he just like, that's cool, but I want my shit to be, you know, more broad than that. For different audiences, I'm trying to grow, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to just stay in this rap lane. But then they get into him like, oh, nigga, you made all this money off of having nigga on some nigga shit. And now you want to turn niggas into employees, which, you know, from that standpoint, it's like, bro, the nigga made his own platform. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's like, it's no different than me covering fucking lacrosse and making a lacrosse platform. And niggas like, well, you never played. All I gotta do, or like golf, you know what I'm saying? How my dad's really into golfing or something, you know? And so, I'm sure it's something way more analogous, but he ended up getting into it with them niggas. They all leave. They start their own thing. Back on field. Huh?
Whatever your other podcast is.
Yeah,
right?
back on Fig, Ace Boys, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, Fig Munity World and all of them niggas, right? So those are LA niggas, like niggas popping in LA, like you got Ace Boy Pun, he a producer. Managed like League of Stars, produced for like Problem and all of them niggas. Bunch of LA niggas. You got T-Rail, he from like the Hoover gang. You know, it's like a famous Crip gang from LA. He I guess he was like a founder of Last Kings, the brand that Tiger used to be with.
Yeah, Last Kings.
Yeah, Last Kings. So then I guess this girl Heather, she was like, you know, they some LA celebrities, you know what I mean? Or like local LA people that's popping, you know? Fuck that, you know? And so then he kind of replaced them niggas with, you know, Brick Baby, Crip Mac, you know, he basically just replaced them with other people.
Yeah.
You know, some of the people like Sharp, he was already on there before. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then he got like this nigga, that nigga Flacco, some internet. He got some like YouTube, like you know, like he'll take a nigga that's a YouTuber, you know, got a little clout, and they'll host, like they do a news stream every day, and then they do little podcasts and their own little shows. But their main thing is they supposed to be taking people that's big on the internet and interviewing them. So then, you know, Wack come up there and him and Adam do a show. And basically Wack's up there trying to basically hijack No Jumper. And he basically saying this is our version of like, you know, like the Source magazine and all that stuff that up in New York, Complex, you know? He like, this could be the West Coast version of all that shit. He said, and it's independent. You know what I mean? And he said, you know, LA is like where most artists stay independent because you in the backyard of Hollywood anyways. You know what I mean? You where most people want to be. So you got all the studios, your producers, you know? You got all the resources. So you can get rich in LA just marketing to the West Coast. So, blah, 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 right? You know what? And so, Wack, every week, this nigga Wack been going more and more into bringing up all these people he wanted to bring up, you know? And basically when Adam got into it with, because, you know, he was dissing the Ace Boys and Fig Munity and all them niggas, right? And then this nigga named Desto Dub, who make this cough, like, he make that clothing line, awful lot of cough syrup. I guess they caught that nigga like some Sexy Red show, and he was talking. He was there when Adam was talking shit on them other niggas, and the other niggas end up running into him, even though he ain't on the show. He real cool with Adam and Brick Baby and all of them, you know? So they pretty much run down on that nigga and he take off running. And the video go viral, you know what I mean? So then Adam pretty much go and he just pretty much like he issue an apology. He just like, look, I don't want to do this shit no more. You know? They was all just trolling each other, going back and forth, you know. And because basically Adam, his shit was real popping, and then he got accused of a couple years ago fucking with like 16-year-old girls and shit like that. And so he damn near was canceled, but then them niggas came on there and they got his shit back popping. You know what I mean? So though, they was basically saying, nigga, we was just getting your shit back popping after niggas wasn't fucking with you. You know? And now you acting like niggas were just some employees, you know? And his whole thing is like, he like, nigga, yeah, y'all got me popping, but he like, I put y'all niggas on. And y'all learn all y'all podcasts and shit from me.
Right.
So they're going back and forth trolling. But then, you know, niggas is talking about niggas' daughters, wives, you know? And nigga T-Real, you know, he crippled. Like if one of his hands don't work. So, you know, they just all, I think S-Mac, the one that be on back on Fig, he got into like a motorcycle accident and he had to learn how to walk again. So Adam was making fun of him for that. Like shit was just going left. And when niggas ran down on Desto Dub, you know, that pretty much, Adam pretty much called a truce, and he was like, yo, I don't want nobody getting hurt. Because now, you got real gang niggas getting into it, you know?
Yep, and they ass gonna shoot.
Exactly. Exactly, so you get it. So that's the public storyline of what, you know, that's the two-dimensional what they putting out there for us to see. That's what they want us to believe. So, you know, Wack coming on there. You know, Wack managed Blueface. Wack managed Blueface, Game, Ray J.
That's why Blueface be acting like that.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
So, but you know, Blueface, you know, he from Schoolyard, Crip, Wack from Pyru, Pacoma, Pyru, Bloods. Gam, I think is from Pyru. You know, these all LA niggas. Ray J, he's some type of Blood, allegedly. You know, all LA natives, right? Mm-hmm. Except Wack. I think Wack from Pacoma. I think Blueface supposed to be from Pasadena, but either way, Wack started coming up there, and he telling Wack, like he basically telling this nigga Adam, you know, I could put you on with the anything you need in LA, you know what I'm saying? I got you. Cause you know the gang shit, you know, niggas damn near can't even go to LA without getting robbed, you know? So he, you know, everything that happened in LA, the gangs gotta have a little hand in. Like the mob out there. You know what I mean? So he basically telling Adam, you know, like, I give you all my resources, you know what I'm saying? And you got my protection, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just let's do this show once a week. Don't edit it. And, you know, just let me use your platform, you know? And he like, you know, and anything I'm connected with, you connected with. Because, you know, Wack do business with like Floyd, Birdman. Oh, Wack, he got a label, Cash Money West. So you know who Cash Money is, right? Mm-hmm. Like Lil Wayne and them, Birdman.
Yeah.
So he with Cash Money West. So he basically like, yeah, I'm gonna plug you in with Birdman. And you know, Adam, this is just what the character Adam 22 is telling people. He just doing it because the dynamic of an articulate ex-gangbanger, ex-convict, and some, you know, former BMX porn star white boy talking about all of the, you know what I'm saying? Like the good dynamic. You know, he like, this damn near like a Skip and Shannon type shit, you know, white guy, black guy, two different worlds, you know? So, he looking at it, or at least his character is pretending he looking at it from that standpoint. So, that's where you get the Adam and Wack show. Mind you, they only own episode 23 they just dropped. So, it's only been going on for a couple months, you know? So Adam, I mean, Wack got this long-standing beef with the leader of the Rolling, or this high-ranking member of the Rolling 60s, right? Named Big U. So, Rolling 60s, that's where Nipsey Hussle and all them from. No, even my homeboys, a couple of my homies is from 60s in Vegas, you know what I mean?
Crazy.
Remember I told you I used to hang out with them gang niggas. They was from 60s. So
Your ass did go down the loophole with this shit.
yeah, because I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, the gang niggas got a real heavy presence in Vegas and the whole West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to do business, you're gonna run into a lot of these niggas. You know what I mean? So you gotta know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of homies that gangbang, but I be trying to tell them that the government started that shit. So I really just been doing a lot of research, but it will always lead me back to, you know, niggas like Wack, niggas like Big U, you know what I mean? With all the older niggas, they either not on the internet or they kind of like still burnt out, you know what I'm saying? And so, remember I seen Wack when Nipsey got killed. This nigga Wack came out and said he had a tape of Nipsey and his baby mama doing some gay shit. So I'm trying to tell my homies, like, Nipsey cause you know, a lot of these niggas, they worship like niggas like Nipsey, because a lot of niggas wish they were from the streets. Like, they in love with these Ghost and BMF, Big Meech, and all these street niggas that they came from the streets, rose from the concrete, you know, to the Himalayas. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to tell these niggas, I'm like, bro, that shit not, you know. I'm like, bro, once you join that industry, bro, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing but selling your soul, bro. Or being a plant. And I try to tell these niggas, a lot of these gangs, all of these gangs were installed by, you know, the alphabet agencies. And that they connected to the Masons, you know what I'm saying? But then niggas be like, bro, whoa, nigga, it might have been, but niggas ain't on that now. So, like I say, we got the older niggas who will tell you they was connected with the Black Panthers and all of that. With the Black Panthers was started by the CIA and the FBI. And then CIA or the FBI, let me say. One of those two. And then you got the younger niggas that's like, man, we don't associate with that. We on some whole other shit. So Wack and Big U, they kind of like the generation or the second generation in between that. And so I started seeing Wack speak on and expose Big U. He like, yeah, Big U was extorting that nigga Nipsey. And he like, when Nipsey died, Big U was trying to have me put the tape out. And so I don't know what they got into it about, but they been into it. So Wack been exposing Big U as an informant or a rat. Big U been exposing Wack as a rat. So then you got No Jumper, right? The platform. So they got Brick Baby on there, who's supposed to be like the general of the 60s. But then Wack, so him and Wack, they never be on camera together. They never in the building at the same, you know, or they been in the building, but they never done, they don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so Wack do some on his show, Brick Baby respond on his time, right? So, you know, when Wack was saying what he was saying about Big U, so Big U got this contract. And you might say, all right, I'm going down this rabbit hole, this wormhole, right? But what you got to understand, baby, is these is real people. And they got real connections to the industry. And when I say the industry, I mean the industry, but I mean just say like even the recording studios, the clubs, you know what I'm saying? They got connections to all of this shit. So then the people that is next to them got connections to all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to know. So because it's going to go to a larger point, and that's even just the effect that gangs have on the youth in general. You know what I'm saying? So like let me keep getting to my point. So you got No Jumper, where you got Brick Baby speaking for the Rolling 60s, right? And then you got Wack 100, that's a blood going against this nigga Big U. You know, but Big U, he supposedly got this contract with the police. And it's supposed to be like, allegedly the way these older niggas say is they went and got this contract with the police because the police was basically doing gang intervention, right? So they was damn near locking niggas up and giving them nigga football numbers for being part of gangs. Like you do a regular crime, you do whatever, but if you part of the gang, you know what I'm saying? If they can tie you back to a gang, I basically like I forget what it's called. It's called gang injunction or something like that, where if they can throw the gang shit onto your shit, you know, it basically multiplying your sentence and your charges, you know what I'm saying? So then this group of older Crips or gang members, should I just say, they had an idea to start working with the police departments to basically say, hey, this is their words, hey, instead of y'all going in there, y'all don't really understand that a lot of these niggas is born in this shit. Instead of y'all going in here and just arresting these kids and whatever, locking niggas up, why don't you have somebody that's from the community, from the gangs, work hand in hand to clean the communities up, right? So then the police obliged, but then, you know, that was the thing. It's like contract for work, some Greater America or something like that. I don't know. And basically, it was like police funding, and then they used like the older like retired gang members to basically police the gang areas, you know. So instead of the police going in there you know, they basically gave the authority to the older gang members to go in there and kind of facilitate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And try to prevent crime. So, however, right? It's kind of like, you know, for you to be doing this, like, and I remember I had heard about this. I think it's when I came to Vegas and we stayed in that Westgate. That time we got the small room. The time Nick came, right? Remember how I was watching that older gang nigga talk about the gangs and shit?
Yeah.
That's when I first heard about this shit, I think. Or I heard about it before, but that's when I first was thinking of, like, getting the story of, like, I'm like, oh yeah, for a fact, these niggas agents at that point, because, like, you working directly with the police, you know what I'm saying? And so, I'm knowing that from my standpoint, you know what I mean? But then, this nigga Whack and a whole bunch of other people started saying, they got the paperwork. Like, when you look into it, these niggas, they basically be reporting crimes. It's in their contract that they got to report a certain amount of crimes. So, niggas in the streets like, hold on, you niggas is snitching. You niggas working with the police, and they giving y'all the money, and you basically, y'all niggas still out here calling these shots and shit, but then y'all going to the police with the information. You know what I'm saying? And so, basically, this nigga Whack been going on a campaign. Him and this other nigga named 600 that's from the 60s, I guess. And they've been trying to expose Big U because I guess they so-called supposedly just read the contract and found out, like, yeah, you gotta hold on, this shit say you gotta give niggas names and shit, like, or he was like, you gotta report the crime. And so then there was another nigga on there basically saying, nah, you ain't gotta report the crime, this and that, the third, and all you gotta do is tell them that a crime happened. And that nigga Whack was basically saying, what type of shit, who the fuck believe that? So you gonna tell the police it's this amount of guns, but you ain't gotta tell them who got it and where it's at. And it's basically in the contract that in order for them to keep the funding, you know what I'm saying, that they basically gotta have open-end communication with the police. And then they issued these niggas like police phones, like Blackberries, allegedly, right? According to what niggas is saying, and according to what niggas is saying is in the contract. I ain't never read it for myself, you know what I mean? But basically, now there's this guy, I can't remember what his name is. He came out and basically said Big U snitched on him. Like, Big U is known for doing prison time, and like, he this big ass nigga that knock niggas out in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Big bully ass nigga, right? And I guess now he done changed his life around, and his son done got to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And he say he working with the kids, and he into all of this football shit, right? But he still got this contract with the police, right? And so now you got these niggas coming out basically. So Brick Baby, right? He was on No Jumper, and he was basically fighting this case, and he was saying it was a state case. Well, somehow, some way, it got back that Brick Baby and them had the feds watching them, and Brick Baby was on a RICO. And so Big U is on the RICO as well. But Big U is still in the hood. They saying Big U still in the hood, you know what I'm saying, doing street shit. But the government is basically watching him right now. But he ain't told nobody. So if me and you, right, is doing some shit, right? Just like how, let's say our situation, right? And I'm telling you, hey, KC, I got this going on, but I got, these people is going through my phone, they watching me right now. I'm just letting you know because, you've been running around with me, this shit, And so I'm giving you fair warning so that if you got anything, going on, you got to clean your shit up because they might be coming in and looking at anybody associated with me. And so that give you the chance that if you got something going on with me, you can distance yourself or get your story straight, get your situation straight so that when they come for me, you ain't got no ties with me. You know what I'm saying? Versus I know that I got some shit going on. I know that it's going to jam you up, but I'm still just doing what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And then you end up getting caught up in my shit. You know what I'm saying? And so this nigga Big U, they're saying he got a RICO, whatever. And then he on some paperwork under alias snitching on somebody. So what Wack basically saying, yeah, this nigga working with the police, do. And so him and Brick Baby is like, this nigga Big U right hand man supposedly or something like that. And so he going on No Jumper every day saying Wack on paperwork, this, that, the third. But then Wack going on there saying, nigga, I'ma slap the shit out you when I, whatever. So Wack basically been using his platform to basically expose that Big U is working with the police, but he do it 1 week at a time. You get what I'm saying? Like he might just drop a little bit here, a little bit there, or he might bring a guest here, a guest there. Like they'll just be these seemingly random guests, right? But it's all these people connected to this Big U shit, right? And so Adam been like, yo, I feel like that, Adam be doing the mea culpa because, Adam cool with Brick Baby. Because basically Adam was basically, niggas say that Adam was basically using the 60s as protection. You know what I'm saying? And so then today, this nigga Wack brought a nigga up there named Loose Cannon. Right? This nigga said he been shooting a TV show for a couple years, right? He say this nigga go live on No Jumper and say he got footage of Big U calling him 30 minutes before Nipsey died. Or he said this. This is what he said. He said Big U called. So this nigga was Big U. Now this nigga was really like big. He claims that he was Big U's like if Big U needs somebody robbed or whatever like that, if they, you know what I mean? He the nigga going down robbing your shit, this, that, the third, right? So and I cannot make this shit up. This nigga saying, he's saying Big U called him 30 minutes before Nipsey died, saying, oh my God, bro, they just killed Nipsey. He said, what? Nah, you bullshitting. And then he confirmed some other shit. So this is why I've been following Wack anyways, because remember, Wack with the Tazariak shit. You know what I'm saying? And then Wack with the Nipsey shit. And so, what was I saying? He said something about Nipsey. Oh yeah. He said he called him. He said Big U called him and told him Nipsey died. They killed Nipsey. He like, what the fuck? So this nigga Loose Cannon called Nipsey. Nipsey answered the phone. You get what I'm saying?
After.
This the day supposedly Nipsey died. He called Nip. You know what I'm saying? He checking on him like, yo, you good? Woo woo. He talked to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, mind you,
I'm saying, what? So he's saying he's still alive.
nah.
You
That's
said before.
this
He died.
this before he died. This what I'm trying to tell you. So, let me connect all these dots. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is why I've been following this nigga Wack for a minute, cause I was trying to figure out what happened with even all of that situation, right? So then I'm like, all right, cool. Whatever. Nipsey died. Whatever. Wack. Then you start seeing Wack talk all this, you know, saying all of this stuff about it, whatever. Woo, woo, woo. Like this stuff he heard about Nipsey being gay, or this video that came out. Really, Hassan Campbell was the one that had it, I guess, right? So, and then I end up seeing oh, what was I about to say? Hold on. I end up seeing, you know, him talking to Tazariak and all this other shit. So I'm like, what the fuck? Cause that's, you know, I'm already like, all right, Wack got all this crazy ass information that he not supposed to have. Then I'm like, Tazariak, he on some plant shit. And then you gotta remember, Wack was the one that got Kanye on Clubhouse to talk about the anti-Semitic shit. You remember all of that?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, hold on, you know. So anytime Wack will pop up, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, this inside information, woo woo woo. You know? And so this is all coming back full circle. To the point I had even forgot. At the point where I'm starting to follow Wack, I'm like, yeah, you know, this nigga, in my opinion, yeah, this nigga, he might be a government agent. In my opinion, yeah, this nigga is a government agent. He seemed, if anybody's gonna be one, this nigga gotta be one. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then I'm hearing his story how he's the first juvenile in California tried as an adult for, you know, for an attempted murder and all of that shit. So I'm like, that gives him a you know, that connects him being a motive as far as like, all right, why would this nigga be an agent or whatever, right? So, boom, all of this shit come around. This nigga Loose Cannon. So it was already said, right, that I just seen it recently. Somebody said that Nipsey had, you know, because the whole thing was, remember that Nipsey called this dude a snitch, you know what I'm saying? And oh, because that's what Wack did too. Like when the shit happened, Wack spoke on the shit and he said Nip was basically like Tupac. He said the dude did what he was supposed to do. He said if, you know, if Nipsey called him a snitch, dude did basically what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, a nigga call you a snitch, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't got no paperwork and this and that, the third. Like, he like, y'all mad at the nigga for doing what he, you know, y'all say y'all like these niggas that stand on business and these gangsters. He said a nigga kill a nigga for calling him a snitch. He said, and y'all hate the nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he said, that's why I don't fuck with these street rules. You know, y'all niggas like who y'all want to like. But then when y'all man violated the shit, he called a nigga a snitch in the hood without paperwork. And the other nigga do some gangster shit and blow his ass down. Now y'all mad at the nigga. You know what I'm saying? And so, I'm just laughing because this shit gets so outrageous, bro. But then on Vlad, nigga Wack go in there and him and Vlad talking about it, and he like, yo Vlad, I'm not lying, I got the video. Do you? What he said? Let's bet 10,000 right now that I got the video. He talking about the video of Nip doing some gay shit. You know what I'm saying? And he like, yo. I believe you because, you know, somebody tried to sell me the video. So, you know what I'm saying? Niggas like, yo, whether the shit exists or not, why the fuck you talking about this shit? And so then that's what I'm like, oh, hell no, nah, you know what I'm saying? First y'all was saying Nip one, you know, no shit like this do exist. Now y'all like, even if the shit is real, let the shit live. You know, you say you fuck with Nip. Why you gonna speak on some shit like that that's fucking up his legacy? This, that, the third. And you know, Vlad basically, I mean, this nigga Wack like, look, bro, it ain't, I wouldn't have never brought it up except for the fact that Big U was trying to come out and say I was trying to expose Nip when Big U was the one that tried to get me to put the video out. Because I guess Big U, when Nip died, Big U, according to Wack though, according to Wack, like I say, I'm not saying this is true because I don't necessarily believe I don't know what to believe. I mean, you know, I believe some of it, all of this is true, but I believe it's a greater thing, right? So this nigga basically saying, right, when Nip died, Big U wanted some money from the Nipsey estate, and they wasn't trying to give him none. And so, because, you know, part of Nip brand was the Rolling 60s brand. So they like, nigga, the 60s should be seeing some of that money. You know what I'm saying? But I guess Nip family and the baby mamas is like, nigga, this shit for his kids. And you and Nip was into it when he was still alive. You know what I'm saying? And so, nigga Wack, like basically Big U, he was telling this nigga Wack, yo, put the video out for me. He said, I'm going to put the video out and you act like it was you. And we going to get the money and split that shit or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And that nigga Wack like, yo, I wouldn't even think about doing no shit like that because I fuck with Nipsey. And he said Big U he's supposed to be a Keyway, which is a Crip. You know what I'm saying? He like, you supposed to be a Crip and you trying to expose this nigga for some bread, but then you trying to act like it was me. You know what I'm saying? And so this shit has been going back and forth, you know, basically since Nip died type shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, today, so then, you know, Brick Baby and all them niggas, they getting into it with Wack because they like, look, nigga, whether the shit real or not, that's our homie. You know what I'm saying? Wack like, nah, y'all niggas was trying to say I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? And so he like, bro, I don't, you know, why you keep putting smut on the homie name? Woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? And so this nigga Wack, he brought this nigga on there named Loose Cannon. Right? And Loose cannon. He's saying this nigga Big U call him, right? Said Nipsey died. They killed Nipsey. Loose cannon saying he called Nipsey. Nipsey wasn't dead. So he like, you know, them niggas used to be getting into it. So he like, you know, I was just making sure, you feel me? I didn't know if he had the wrong info or what, you know what I'm saying? But he like, I didn't even say nothing. I didn't even tell that nigga Big U told me you died, because he like, once I found out it wasn't real, he like, yo, them niggas be getting into it, woo woo woo. He said, I just ain't, you know, I ain't want to get in the middle of that. I ain't know what was going on. So he's saying, then, you know, so Adam's sitting there like, whoa, 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 you know what I'm saying? So now, you know, and so, but then it get later revealed that Adam knew something. I guess he didn't, they're, you know, they're trying to say they didn't know that this dude was going to drop this information on Nipsey. They just thought he was going to say some other shit about Big U. You know, how Big U basically be claiming other niggas, you know, like they be robbing niggas and Big U be trying to act like he had something to do with it. But then, no, so this is really what Wack said you know, he basically was coming on there saying that Big U would be giving niggas guns and writing the serial numbers down and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And he said he would be having them rob niggas. And then he said, yo, we go do, you know, we go do what we go do. Next thing you know, we get back to the spot. The nigga we just robbed standing right there. Big U talking about, yeah, just give him back. Just give him back some of the money. You know what I mean? And so he like, yeah, at first I was wondering like, how the fuck was these niggas, you know? And he's like, yeah, now that you saying what you saying, all of this shit coming out, it's all adding up. It's all making sense. You know what I'm saying? And so basically a lot of these niggas from the 60s, like, yeah, a lot of the homeboys, they know what Big U own. They just don't want to say nothing. You know what I mean? And so they pretty much alluding that, you know, everybody know Big U working with the police, but they don't want to say nothing because, you know, they basically insinuating, you know, the whole hood down with the police type shit. Or they scared of them or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Scared, you know. And so that's already a bombshell. But then he like, yeah, just like, you know, the Nipsey. So then he bring up the Nipsey shit. And then he basically say like, the other information was, you know, that so they keep, you know, there was this narrative trying to say Nipsey called dude a snitch or whatever, and that's why he shot him. But then it's been a few people that saying Nipsey had him and that dude and Nipsey had got into a fight like a couple weeks before that. And so and then we also know that, you know, in Eric Holder's defense, it had been shown that Eric Holder is he was under you know, he was in a mental house, in a like mental institution, receiving electroshock therapy. That's in his paperwork. You know, and that's what
like brand mine.
Yes, exactly. This is in his court paperwork. And so
that's crazy.
Exactly. So the crazier part is that the nigga who killed Nipsey is Eric Holder, aka Baby Shitty. Right? That sound funny to you, but Baby Shitty, right? But guess who Big Shitty is? So you got Baby, Tiny. You know what I'm saying? Remember I was telling you about Lil Irv and all of them.
Mm,
Yeah, you remember when they was like when they was trying to ask that nigga from Vegas, what's that nigga? KO, who put you on? You got tiny Irv, Lil Earn, Baby Earn. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Like basically, you know what I'm saying? Yo, big homie, you take his name and you just add Tiny, and then if you Baby, if your big homie is Baby Earn and you Tiny Earn, you know what I'm saying? Or you might be Lit Earn, you know what I'm saying?
Shit. Mm-hmm.
So then you got Baby Shitty. So guess who is Big Shitty?
Cool.
Brick Baby.
How come Big Shit? How come his name's not Big Shitty?
It used to be. That's his hood name. You don't make your hood name. Like Nipsey Hussle, that wasn't Nipsey hood name. Nipsey hood name was Thundercat. Yeah, so you don't want to make your hood name like your gangbanging name, you feel me, your rap name, because then like you, I guess the idea of it is you indicting yourself. That's what they, whatever, right? Like you don't want everybody to know, oh, that was little Thundercat shooting. You know what I mean? The whole idea is you're supposed to be able to do your hood shit and a whole bunch of little hood fantasy shit, but
Crazy.
yeah. So Brick Baby Lil Homie is the one that killed Nipsey. They all from the same gang, you know what I'm saying? And so but this little shitty Baby Shitty, he's supposed to been in a crazy house. He was supposed to be a dope head and shit like that, And so I guess him and Nip had got into a fight weeks prior about, some paperwork or, dude doing some telling, and Nip like, yo, you can't come around here. Woo woo. And they say Nip beat his ass. And they say, yeah, Lil Shitty ain't known for fighting. He known for letting that thing pop. And so he like, whatever the conversation was, you know. But then, so you already got them stories. Ooh. But then now you got this nigga saying what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? And so, it's just crazy because, yeah, you got this nigga saying what he's saying. And, they said it on No Jumper today. You know what I'm saying? Which No Jumper is like, a big LA platform. So it's like, you got this nigga on No Jumper coming on there, supposed to be promoting his show. And then he said, he basically saying Big U gave him, basically Big U called him right before Nip died. Told him Nip died. Nip hadn't died yet, right? You get what I'm saying? And so
pretty much he snitched.
No, he ain't snitched because he don't know who did it. You know what I'm saying? He don't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying, if somebody else saying that they told died, don't that mean they already trying to say like, yo, I'm plotting some shit?
Yeah, that is true. I never looked at it that way. You know what I'm saying? I never looked at it that way. But what dude is trying to say is he think Big U called him early. He think, you know, Big U had already thought they had, you know, got the job done. That's basically what he's saying. Or that is what he said. So he implying that Big U knew it was gonna happen.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But here's the thing. Is that snitching? I don't know. And that's what this whole thing is about. Is it snitching? Technically, I don't know. We'll have to look. I mean, technically it kind of is, but...
Yeah, because he really implying, like, you know, he knows something.
Yeah, but is it... Snitching is when you tell on somebody, when you're part of something, and you tell on somebody to the police...
I don't know what snitching is.
Exactly. So why the fuck are you saying he's snitching?
I'm saying. It's the way he said it. It sounded like he knew something, but, you know.
He knew what?
That he was gonna die.
How could he know he was gonna die?
I'm talking about the other dude, right? Because you said the other dude called him, said Nipsey dead.
Yeah, Big U, exactly. But how are you saying that Loose Cannon was snitching?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, Loose Cannon is just saying he got the phone call. He like, you know, he ain't know what it was to it. And then he say Nip end up dying. But he said he never said nothing because, you know, he Big U right-hand man. But basically he's saying now that all of this shit coming out, Big U is the police. And he basically saying that, yeah, Big U had to have something to do with it because he knew it was gonna happen. He called to say it was gonna happen before it even ended up happening. Right? So then the question is, right? What did happen, right? So regardless, right? How do we know that this nigga... The question is, how do we know what's true and what's not true, right? So this dude's going on this platform saying this, right? But guess what? They like, yeah, I mean, how should somebody believe you? Woo, woo. And that nigga whack like, nigga, how are you saying this? Do you have recordings or whatever, right? So him and this dude the whole time, him and his bitch, remember I told you they promoting this little reality show, Beauty and the Beast, some little show that they got coming. And I guess he's supposed to be some gangbanger and she's some chick that been around the industry. It's like some reality show shit.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, basically Adam like, you know, how do we know you telling the truth? What's my boy Wax saying the same thing, right? So then he like, oh, I know why. I know this little nigga, he don't lie. He must have got some recordings or something, right? The nigga like, he like, nah, it's on the, he like, it's on the show. They like, wait. So you got, he said you got, so you telling me you got video of Big U calling you, telling you Nipsey died 30 minutes before it happened. He said, yeah. He said, okay. But can you, he said, but you not telling me that you got the video of you calling Nip and him answering. He said, no, I got that shit too. That shit on the show. And he said, and it's showing this nigga called you or you called this nigga 30 minutes before he died. He like, yes. He said, because we was filming for a whole nother show. You know what I mean? And he like, you know, I'm like, shit, oh shit, look, it's Big U calling me. He was like, I'm just trying to put the nigga on the show, you know what I mean? And he like, he ended up telling me that shit about Nip. So they basically saying February 14th, this show dropping with the video of this shit that is being explained to you right now. And so you got this thing where people like, you know, whack be lying, this, that, the third. But what I'm trying to tell people, I'm like, bro, this nigga, if this nigga went up to No Jumper lying on some shit like this, that shit would pretty much end his career, ruin his credibility. You know what I'm saying? Or even him bringing up a dude. You know what I'm saying? And so, this is what I'm trying to tell you. This shit about to get even realer. Because whether they got the shit or not, they got a video on basically the hottest platform on the West Coast saying he got a video of he basically saying Big U knew Nipsey was gonna die. And he got video proving at least Big U that these events took place. Ain't that nuts?
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
I know that was long-winded, but
Oh, you know, my babies like to talk.
so now I'm watching Beast talk about this shit because this shit just dropped today.
You get what I'm saying? You gotta understand, like
And
I
so
can
they're
call this
basically
to verify-
saying, Beast and them is basically saying like, they like, yo, or these other niggas, they like, yo, if that's your homeboy, how come he didn't call and warn Nip? But like Beast is trying to explain, and like I'm gonna end up explaining on my vid and my breakdown. It's like, you know what I'm saying? These niggas is part of something. Well, Beast and them is trying to say it from the game perspective. Like they part of something where it's a chain of command. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, you know, you could be in trouble. You know, basically when you got to answer to another man, you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't your, you know, you in a tricky place because you part of something where, you know, you're not supposed to be saying shit about what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah.
Yo ass going down a loophole. Ain't that crazy? You love this shit.
I guess it's crazy, but I think, like I said, it's more about the information I'm gonna gain from this shit.
What's the first episode?
What do you mean?
What's your first episode
What do you mean my first episode?
of your show?
How do I know?
For myself to make sure you're good, like I could just call, okay, he good, like okay, cool. But now he got to take that burden on now. Now he's got that burden. But at the same time, me being from the street, and if I'm right, I'm your right hand. That's his. You know what I mean? You can't say shit. You gotta just, man, like
Who was he closer to, Big U or Nip?
he was like, I believe that him and Nip. It sounds to me like him and Nip were street friends, like friends. Grew up together type of thing, but I believe that him and you was like, that was, you get what I'm saying? That was his nest. Like that's your muscle. So you get what I'm saying? That's your muscle. So your muscle is very very close to you. But
What's up, B?
Nah, we just talking about that Nipsey shit. Like they're asking, like, man, if that was his homeboy, why didn't he say nothing to his homeboy beforehand? And I'm telling them, I get what they're saying. Like I understand what they're saying, but you gotta understand, it's on a whole different tip.
Man, this what it sound like
Why
to me,
come
bro.
out
I'm
now?
coming.
Go ahead, Brock. Let's go.
What would you do, bro? Let's keep it real. What would you do?
I don't know. I don't know about what would I do when.
If your homie called you and said that King Wap got shot, me and you cool as fuck. King Wap
And
got
my uncle
King
called.
Wap got killed. Beast called you and say King Wap got killed. You call me and be like, hello? And I answer. I'm not dead. You not gonna tell me that Beast said fucking Beast just called me and said that you was dead?
For sure.
Look at him. It's a different fact. Like.
Yeah, but I
But
mean,
but if it's a different type of time,
if it's some street shit, yeah, you don't come on now. It's some street shit. You saying he dead, and then you don't know the dynamics. These niggas is part of somewhere. Ain't no motherfucking doing all that. The fuck? Niggas always talking about what they would and wouldn't do.